Welcome to another segment of John Eats Keto, where I'm going to document my journey on the ketogenic diet. My goal is to show you my journey on this ketogenic diet so that you could see what can work, what might not work, what I struggle with, what I succeed at. I want to show you what I eat, what I don't eat. I'd like to show you how I work out in my garage gym. I'd like to show you what I've tried. I'll show you my struggles on the scale. I'll show you my successes with my measurements or my before and after photos. My goal is to not only create a story that you can see, but also a story for me to look back on so that I could see that I've come a long way from my 2.5 years on the ketogenic diet. When I first started the keto diet, I weighed my heaviest at 187 pounds back in December of 2016. I had just recently finished a 3.5-year master's program, and the program finished during the holiday season. I worked out regularly, but towards the last 2.5 months of my program ending, my internship ending, I decided in the last 2.5 months that I was no longer going to pay attention to how closely I watched my diet. So that meant I was eating Christmas cookies, pies, tamales, anything that anybody wanted to give me, I was going to eat. In January, I believe I weighed myself, and I weighed 187 pounds. Again, that was the most I've ever weighed. To me, that came as a shock. Not only had I never weighed that much, but I still considered myself an athlete. I worked out pretty much regularly, except for those last 2 months, and I usually paid attention to what I ate. Due to the stress of my internship ending, my program ending, trying to juggle home life, it was a little bit overwhelming, to say the least. So the way I actually got started with a ketogenic diet was through Drew Manning. Drew Manning was holding a contest for the next 3 months, sponsored by Quest Nutrition. And after seeing Drew on social media talk about the keto diet for over a year, and initially thinking it was stupid, I decided I was going to give it a shot, because hey, why not? But I do want to state that my main goal actually wasn't to initially lose weight. I had developed a sugar craving that I had never had before in my life. Before, I was never really into sugar, but for some reason over the last couple of years, I could not stay away from cookies and ice cream, and balancing that out with something salty like popcorn. So with the 3 months challenge, I was like, hey, let me give this a try. So I signed up, joined the Facebook group, and off I went. It was an encouraging group. We all kept each other accountable, and it was the only diet at the time. I didn't consider it a lifestyle at the time. I called it a diet that I actually stuck to without wavering, without cheating, for 3 months. And in those 3 months, I went from 187 to what I believe was 170 pounds. And of course, many people who start the ketogenic diet lose a lot of weight like that. But mind you, I'm only 5'9", and I don't need to lose a lot of weight. It was a lot of weight considering I usually hovered around 175, 180, and I got all the way down to 170. Right now, I decided I wanted to document because I feel like after 2.5 years, I'm at this point where I might be stuck, I might not be stuck. I've had a goal in my head that I wanted to get down to 165 pounds for maybe the last 5 years. 165 is what I left college at. I used to be a sprinter from 8th grade until my senior year of college. I ran track. The only thing about leaving college at 165 was that I never used to lift weights. So I don't even know if 165 is actually attainable for my body type now, because I started lifting weights back in 2006, and of course I've put on pounds of muscle. I've never been able to get under 170 and stay there for too long. I think the lowest I've been in the last 12 years or so since I've been lifting was 169, and that didn't last long, maybe a day. So one of the reasons why I want to start documenting is because I hover right now around 175, 180. I've been 178 to 180 probably for the last year. And I have a hard time trying to get down anywhere. I struggle not with gaining muscle, but losing my midsection belly fat. And my goal is to kind of document that and see where I can tweak things and share with you what's working, what's not working, how I've been working out, how I've been eating, just to see not only may I get some tips from people who might have a little bit more knowledge than I do, but also to share with those who are beginning where I can help them in the process of how to gain muscle and lose weight at the same time. So when I talk about losing weight, of course, what I mean is by losing body fat, unnecessary body fat that I'm holding on to and just won't go away for whatever reason. So here's my story right now. On the first day of spring, I decided I was not going to have anything that was outside of keto approved foods. There is a little bit of leeway there, which may still be causing a stall for me. And I'm going to find that out through these documentations. I'm not going to eat any non-keto approved food from March 20th to June 20th, which is the last day of spring. The weightlifting program that I've been doing for the last few months is from Athlete Built Brick. This program was built by Chris Barnard, who trains athletes to become better athletes. I think for the last 2 years I've been trying to do fat loss, so I decided to try the building muscle program this time so that I can see if there was going to be a difference. So far, for the 2 months that I've been doing the program, I've still struggled to lose any kind of weight. I'm still at 179 pounds, 180 pounds. That's the lowest I've gotten in 2 months. So I'm still struggling with that stall for the weight. Now, I have taken pictures since I started the program, and I will take more pictures as I continue to go. I take one picture monthly, just to see where my progress is. I did do some measurements when I first started the program, and I will do some measurements when I end the program, and I'll also do another measurement when I finish my keto only approved food personal challenge. So a couple of things about me. I try not to lift very, very heavy anymore. Last April, I had a horrible back spasm that caused me not to be able to move for almost 3 days. I even was walking around with a cane when I went to go see the doctor about it. I still feel something where that spasm occurred in my back to this day, which causes me to be cognizant of how I work out now, and I try not to maximize my loads too much anymore. So back squats, I have a limit. Anything that will put too much load on my back, I don't do too much. But again, I am trying to lift heavy in certain aspects that I still feel I can, but if I don't try to overdo it anymore. My goal has been for the last couple of years to try to get that shredded look. Now, as I said, I always was a sprinter, so I had no body fat all the time, but I never had the muscle to go with it. And I always wanted to see if I could obtain that. So for years, that's what I've been trying to work on. And as I've gotten older, I find it harder to lose the body fat. But keto has helped me maintain a slimmer look. That's become evident by me being on this diet for 2.5 years and showing that I could stay at 178 to 180 pounds without gaining too much. I think the most I've weighed on keto was about 182. And again, that's probably for a day or two. Also, another reason why I don't lift heavy anymore is I'm 36 years old and I'm never going to a strongman challenge. My main goal is to maintain my athletic ability, still continue to run fast, play softball on the weekends, keep up with my younger boys, and live a long, happy life. So there's no point in me trying to deadlift 600 pounds anymore, or try to bench press 400 pounds, because I'm never going to have to do that in any real life situation. So I do have a goal that I've been wanting to hit of a body fat percentage from my Fitbit scale that says I'm about 15% fat. Currently, I go around 21 and 22% body fat according to my Fitbit scale. So my goal is to see that scale say 15%. So I plan on continuing to do these documentary style videos. These videos will be more raw with minor editing, so you can see how a ketogenic journey can have its ups and downs. Should you have any questions, leave me a comment in the comment section. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope that this video is helpful to at least one of you. Please let me know if there's a way that I can help you while I'm doing these documentary style videos, and I can address it in the next or upcoming videos in the future. Alright? Well, thank you for watching John Eats Keto, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.